It's Waiver Wire, Week 9. We have 11 players to break down before waiver claims process on Wednesday as the 2024 NFL season progresses. I hope you don't need a running back. We've got notable injuries from Jordan Mason, Christian Kirk, Jordan Love, Stephon Diggs, Deebo Samuel, Drake May, and Brian Thomas Jr. We'll go position by position, and from the most viable to pure desperation, from tight ends, running backs, wide receivers, to quarterbacks. Don't skip! Unless you're a hopeless, uncultured swine. We'll start it off with tight ends and Zach Ertz. Ertz is the tight end 13 in fantasy points per game and just had his best game of the season. He commanded almost 30% of the targets against the Bears with 7 receptions for 77 yards. He has been a steadying presence for Jaden Daniels and hovers around tight end 1 status week to week. Good player, good offense. Taysom Hill. I know, okay? Just hang on a second, all right? He just got back from his fractured ribs, all right? His whole skill set was utilized, all right? He played 40% of the snaps, 10% target share, 2 receptions, 21 yards, 4 carries, 20 rushing yards, and completed a pass. I mean, it's not bad for a tight end, you know? He plays Carolina this week. We're one of the worst against rushing. He could go crazy. That's drop tight end waivers. Now let's look at running backs. It's not good. Okay, I know Isaac is going into a bye, all right? But there's nobody else. Literally nobody else to talk about. Garindo carried 14 times for 85 yards, as well as 3 receptions for 17 yards, and a touchdown after Jordan Mason exited after re-injuring his shoulder. So the question is Mason or CMC going to come back in Week 10? I mean, we don't know. But if they don't, Isaac's going to be the guy. Wide receivers is next. Cedric Tillman. He was the number 2 wide receiver ad for you last week. You're welcome. And this week, he's number 1 again. You can still get him. Tillman's been putting in work in the past 2 weeks. 23% target share, 7.5 receptions, 90 yards. He scored a pair of touchdowns on Sunday. Oh my goodness. If you picked up Tillman last week and started him in Week 8, I have to know. Tell me right now. Tell me in the comments. Tillman is crucial to Winston and the new and improved Browns passing attack. Parker Washington, 4 for 3 and 46 yards is not remarkable for a best outing. But he was thrown into the role amid a quickly escalating Jacksonville laundry list of wide receiver injuries. Brian Thomas Jr. with a chest injury, Gabe Davis with a shoulder injury, and Christian Kirk gone. He's done for the season. Broke his collarbone. I mean, he's going to be relied upon heavily moving forward. Elijah Moore from nowhere. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I don't like having 2 people on the same thing, but Winston has totally 180'd this offense. Tillman and Moore are huge beneficiaries of this, and Tillman will probably go to whoever has the first waiver of the week. And Moore's performance with Winston is nothing to scoff at. 29% target share, while finishing with 8 receptions and 85 yards. Brother, I mean, that was better than Tank Dell, Jalen Waddle, Cooper Kupp. I mean, 12 targets is a lot of targets, brother. Jalen Coker. Coker caught 4 of 6 targets for 78 yards and a touchdown. He led the Panthers in receiving as well. His role is going to depend upon Deontay Johnson, who could definitely get traded or is just hurt. We don't really know. Adam Thielen, same story. He's hurt. He might also get traded. I know Carolina's not an exciting offense, but the fantasy start, I mean, you could do a lot worse for that amount of production. Joshua Palmer. All right, look, he didn't see a significant amount of volume, but he made the most out of it. All right, 2 catches for 27 yards and 45 yards each. His yardage has just went up consistently from week 1 to now. McConkey's obviously the number 1, but the veteran Palmer combined with a healthy Justin Herbert is kind of a poor man's PED-less Jameson Williams or Rashid Shaheed. 1 position left, 3 players. Bo Nix, we've blabbed about him in the past videos. He's finished as a top 10 fantasy quarterback in 3 of his last 4 games. I mean, Jesus Christ. Quarterback 8, quarterback 9, quarterback 2. I mean, he's emerged as one of the top rushing quarterbacks in the league. 29 carries and 150 yards with 2 tutties over the past 4 weeks. I mean, he's also thrown the ball for 870 yards and 7 touchdowns. I mean, what else do you want me to say? Ridiculous. Matthew Stafford, good God. Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp back. I mean, he carved up the Vikings secondary. He completed 73.5% of his passes for 279 passing yards and 4 passing touchdowns, boys. Good God. Entering Monday Night Football, he was the quarterback 4 for fantasy points. I mean, he's got great matchups in the next 2 or 3 games. He'll be a fringe QB1 the next couple of weeks and a solid streamer. Jameis Winston. I'm telling you. I tried to tell you last week. He's a gunslinging god, all right? He torched the Ravens' pass funnel defense with 334 yards and 3 passing tutties. He has nothing to lose, and he put it all out there this past week. No interceptions. He ate the W against the season's boogeyman team, the #1 Baltimore Ravens. I mean, can you believe it? It's hard to believe, truly. He has some terrible matchups later on, but man, it's tough to ignore that performance. Seriously. These 11 players are the most viable options based off Week 8 production, availability, and outlook. If you had an injury or want some depth to beef up your bench, you never know what's going to happen week to week. So like the video and subscribe so you get the videos before Sunday. Watch some more videos. Buy some stuff from my store, like this ring, like these bracelets, and like this hat. Look at how stylish it is. Look how cool I look. Buy some now.